driver of the bus had been placed on administrative leave as the investigation unfolds. The Memphis Police Department says the two-vehicle wreck happened near the intersection of Scottsdale Avenue and Chancellor Street. The students are expected to be okay. The former First Lady of Tennessee, Martha Sundquist, has died. We're told she passed peacefully at her home in Collierville. While she was widely known, of course, as the wife of former Governor Don Sundquist, her family says the titles she cherished the most were mother, grandmother, and friend. Some of her state contributions that you can enjoy today include the wildflower patches along parts of the interstates here in Tennessee. Governor Bill Lee shared the news late Wednesday, sending along his condolences. Her funeral is planned for Saturday, March 21st in Townsend. More news in 30 seconds.
Aging well means staying healthy, active, and independent. To age well, we need to take care of our bones. 10 million Americans have osteoporosis, a hereditary disease that makes bones weak and more likely to break. Thankfully, we can all take simple steps to improve our bone health at any age. Eat a healthy diet that is rich in calcium and vitamin D. Get regular weight-bearing exercise, which means on our feet. Get bone health tips at pathtogoodbonehealth.org.
Fire crews in Sevier County responding to two separate brush fires that were caused by unauthorized burning. One of those fires damaged a structure. The total amount of acreage damage is still being calculated. Sevier County Fire and Rescue says it requested help from the Tennessee Division of Forestry for both of these fires. Crews were able to contain and extinguish those brush fires, though. Will Dudley, Access Tennessee News.
Local farmers, local meats, vegetables, and other produce at the Winter Spring Rutherford County Farmers Market.
Bundle up and make your way every Friday at Lane Agri Park.
Choosing the right insurance can be overwhelming. That's where Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance comes in. At Rayburn, we're not just about policies, we're about people. Rick Hall will take the time to understand your needs and find the best coverage at the best price. We've been serving our community since 1973. So why not let Rick Hall take the stress out of insurance? Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency, where you're more than just a policy number. You're our neighbors.
Do your sinus infections always seem to come back no matter what you do? The pressure builds, the headaches drag on, the congestion makes it hard to sleep, hard to focus, hard to feel like yourself. Here's what most people don't actually know. Sinus infections keep coming back because your sinuses can't fully drain. That's why the pressure, the headaches, and the congestion keep coming back time and time again. Balloon sinuplasty gently opens your sinuses in a quick, in-office procedure, so the infections can finally clear. At Murfreesboro Sinus Center, they've helped thousands of patients break free from the sinus infection cycle, so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and finally feel like yourself again. Don't wait another season fighting sinus pain. Call Murfreesboro Sinus Center today at 615-649-4590 to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Call 615-649-4590. That's 615-649-4590.
This is Pastor Nikki Ajapong, the lead pastor of Holy Hill Chapel in Murfreesboro.
Hear our sermons on WGNS every Sunday night at 7:30.
Everyday life, never take it for granted.
Visit Holy Hill Chapel, tn.org to hear our podcast.
It's a blessing.
All That's News with Matt Lane, weekday afternoon.
WGNS, your good neighbor station.
Rutherford County's place to talk.
WGNS.
Our family at Demas's Restaurant are proud to support local emergency responders who put their lives on the line for our community each and every day. This is Peter Demas, and here is this week's Demas's Emergency Responder of the Week.
Murfreesboro Police Officer Dustin Nicholson talked a woman off the bridge over I-24 on the Medical Center Parkway. She'd climbed over the railing and was moments before falling. Officer Nicholson spoke to her calmly, trying to ease her panic. When words were no longer enough, he quickly secured her and pulled the woman back to safety. Thank you, Murfreesboro Police Officer Dustin Nicholson.
When you see a firefighter, police officer, paramedic, or telecommunicator going the extra mile, let WGNS know, and we at Demas's Restaurant will salute them as the Emergency Responder of the Week.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. Tough talk from Iran's new supreme leader.
Iran will not refrain from avenging the blood of its martyrs.
In a statement read on state TV, Mochab Khomeini vowed to keep the Strait of Hormuz closed, continue attacks on some of its neighbors, and he called vengeance a priority. CBS's Matt Gutman.
A fifth of the world's oil, a large part of its LNG, liquefied natural gas, like a third of the fertilizer goes through this 20-mile-wide choke point at the Strait of Hormuz. They are blocking traffic. They are also telling insurers that it's a really bad idea to insure any tankers or commercial vessels passing through there, and basically stopping, in some ways, part of the global market.
The U.S. has moved to release 172 million barrels from its strategic oil reserves. CBS's Aaron Navarro is at the White House.
President Biden took a similar measure when Russia invaded Ukraine to limit the rising gas prices in 2022. And there were concerns then, and there are concerns now, that the reserve sits at one of its lowest points in decades.
The price of gas rose again overnight to an average of $3.60 a gallon for regular. CBS's Nicole Skanga has the latest on the FBI bulletin that went out to California law enforcement about the possibility of Iran pulling off an attack in the U.S.
Multiple law enforcement and intelligence sources tell CBS News that while the tips circulated by federal officials raised concerns, there is no known credible threat. The FBI memo obtained by CBS News stemmed from unverified intelligence that surfaced before the Iranian conflict began.
TSA sick calls are rising, so are resignations as screeners go without pay because of the partial government shutdown. CBS's Chris Van Cleve says it's caused long lines at many major airports.
This is the second prolonged shutdown impacting TSA officers since just October. Now, they're on the job. They should be getting paid right about now, but they don't know when that paycheck is going to come. And for some officers, that's just too much.
Closing statements today in the Los Angeles trial about whether social media companies should be liable for harms caused to children who use their platforms. And on the Health Watch, CBS's Michael George has the results of a new study on concussions and college athletes.
A new University of Michigan study of college athletes found those who had 3 or more concussions scored worse on tests measuring anxiety, depression, psychological distress, and sleep quality 5 years after graduating. It's still unclear if the negative effects remain years later.
The Dow right now is down 620 points. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The Oscars will be handed out on Sunday nights.
Expect the unexpected. That's what I would say. I can't tell you specifically what I'm doing. That would take all the fun away.
Host Conan O'Brien helped unroll the red carpet, and we've gotten a sneak peek at this year's swag bags labeled Everybody Wins. They include more than $350,000 worth of free merch, including custom prenups and trips to Costa Rica that come with a concierge, chef, and driver. That one alone is worth $30,000. Bags will also be stuffed with coupons for spa treatments and body sculpting liposuction, which attendees will need if they dip into the chocolate pretzels topped with edible gold crystals. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
In what could lead to a national TV contract, the Women's Pro Hockey League has signed a one-game deal with Scripps Sports to show a game on ION later on this month. ION is available in more than 120 million U.S. homes. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here. Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring. Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now. JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday, scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet. Just a couple things, huh? Maybe more than a couple.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Talk Radio WGNS, putting the power of your free speech into action on air and online at WGNSradio.com. We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at WGNSradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Leanna to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in. Rutherford Issues here on News Radio, WGNS. How in the world are you today? Hope you're doing well. A lot going on right here in the University City. Hope you're having a great day. Got out of yesterday with some beneficial rain and no real issues from storms. Yeah, it was just one of those weird systems, huh? Deal with it. Get on through. Rain earlier in the day. We didn't see a lot of sunshine. That helped. So we've got some big changes in the weather. I know it's cooler today, right? You noticed that. Over the weekend, going to warm up. It's going to feel like, wow, it's almost like nothing ever happened in terms of the weather. You know, front coming through and all. And then we're going to have another front. Are you ready for that one? Woo, next week. Looking rather chilly. So we'll have to bring out the coats. I mean, we're talking about 20s, I think. We're going to look at the full forecast here in a matter of seconds. And we're going to be talking about Legal Aid Society coming up here in a few moments here on Rutherford Issues. So we're certainly glad that you're along for the ride here today. We've got a busy end of the week. Got state tournament basketball today, this afternoon. The Lady Raiders in action in Conference USA play. I mean, we're going to have 3 games from, say 1:30 this afternoon through the afternoon into the, just keep on rolling. It's going to be quite the time. So you ready? Yeah, we're going to get ready for it. Actually, right after the show here. Got several things to get set up before I leave Broadcast Plaza and head out to the Murphy Center to meet John for the day. We're broadcasting here at Rutherford Issues from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios. And you know, thanks to Sharing Change, MTE members are making the big difference just by rounding up their monthly bills to support local nonprofits. You can see how Sharing Change works and how you can be involved in that. sharingchange.org. That's sharingchange.org. Salutes for the day. Let's do that real quick. Today, Eagleville Mayor Chad Lehman is the SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day for his hands-on leadership and access to residents. Chad Lehman getting a free drink of his choice from 7 Brew Drive-Thru Coffee in Murfreesboro, Smyrna, or Laverne. This Good Neighbor recognition is brought to you by SRM Concrete. They're locally grown, nationally known, and they love celebrating the everyday people who go above and beyond for the rest of us. Help us honor deserving people in our community. Just text NEIGHBOR to 615-893-1450. You'll get a reply and a link with information. It'll ask you all the right questions to submit a Good Neighbor of the Day. It'll take you a couple of minutes. Can get to that at wgnsradio.com/good neighbor as well. Sherry Knox is our birthday club winner today. Sherry, happy birthday. Enjoy that banana pudding at Slick Pig as you celebrate a big birthday here on this 12th day of March.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
Inflation rose 2.4% in February compared to last year, according to the latest Consumer Price Index report. That stayed steady from January. The report shows food costs rose last month, though prices at the pump had decreased. The data was compiled before the war on Iran, which has since caused fuel prices to spike. In order to offset the rising cost of gasoline, President Trump has ordered the release of 172 million barrels of oil from the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve starting next week, and global entry is back. The Trump administration says the Trusted Traveler program has been restored after it was paused in February. I'm Jesse Mitchell.
All right, Jesse, thanks for the info there. Let's check on the markets. The Dow taking a big dive as oil jumps, and Iran says it will keep the Strait of Hormuz shut. The Dow down 612 points right now at 46,804. S&P off 81, 6694. NASDAQ down 362.22. 353.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Check outside our studios, 45 degrees. Yep, sunshine though. But 45 degrees. It's chilly out there. Let's get your forecast.
For this afternoon, Brian, skies will turn mostly sunny with high temperatures climbing up into the middle 50s. Winds a bit breezy out of the north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies, winds turning lighter overnight with lows dropping back into the middle 30s. For your Friday, trending a bit milder with mid-60s making a return under sunny to partly cloudy skies, and will warm to the 70s for your weekend, Saturday 73, upper 70s Sunday. I'm meteorologist Michael Caro.
Thank you, Michael, for the update as we take a check of our Rutherford weather radar. Got a little bit of a workout yesterday. All clear right now. And traffic moving along nicely on 24 at Rock Springs Road as well, we can see from that. But I've pulled up our outlooks, and this is Saturday. And this is Saturday into Sunday, and there's already a slight risk of severe weather just to our west, and we're going to have storms that will push through that are going to really cool us down by next week. I don't know if you're ready to hear this or not. We're talking about 40s for highs and 20s, maybe low 30s for lows. So storms on Sunday, high chance of rain Sunday. Will we have some severe weather? That's the question at this point. So currently not outlined for any severe weather possibilities, but something we'll keep an eye on for you from Rutherford Weather. And be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you want to know what's happening with local Rutherford County weather. During impactful and severe weather, we head to the channel and we pop up our radar and tell you where things are going and how much much time. We've got some cool new tools that kind of unveiled, I guess, a little bit yesterday with storm tracking and measuring storms and such. And we have expert analysis during impactful and severe weather. We're live on the channel, and during warnings, we're on WGNS Radio. So check us out on the Rutherford Weather Channel. RutherfordWX.com is the website you head to, and it's got links to the social platforms. YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, very active on those. And during our live streams, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and X. So be sure to hit us up, Rutherford Weather. Just search for RUCO Weather, RUCO Weather, on all of those social platforms as we keep you informed on Rutherford County, Tennessee weather.
SRM Concrete is the largest ready-mix producer in the country, yet is still family-owned and operated. Locally grown, nationally known, SRM delivers unmatched quality and service. You called, we haul. We're SRM Concrete.
A check of sports coming up in a moment.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit RecycleRightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you.
Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right, Tennessee.
Recycling isn't just about tossing materials in a bin, it's about knowing which materials are accepted. Go to RecycleRightTN.com.
Recycle right, Tennessee.
Hey thrifters, this is Jennifer with Steered Straight to Furniture and Thrift on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. For my fun thrifters out there, please come and visit us. We've got a media area. We've got linens, blankets, and pillows. We even have a hardware area for those pickers out there. And of course, for those kiddos, we've got a toy room. Plus, all the clothes and shoes you could possibly ever want. Here at Steered Straight to Furniture and Thrift at 1007 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
Hey there, it's Brian, and as a customer of First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, I've seen firsthand how they go above and beyond. They have the Gateway and Memorial Boulevard locations, along with 9 more across Middle Tennessee. They make it easy to get the help I need, and I can always talk to a real person. That's a big deal nowadays. That's why I trust First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. They're always there when I need them.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
All right, friends, are you ready for this big day of high schools and MTSU sports? It's the Blackman Lady Blaze taking on Collierville at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So that'll be on WGNSradio.com. WGNSradio.com for Blackman Collierville. Then we will have on radio for you the Conference USA tournament game with Middle Tennessee and Missouri State. That's a 1:30 airtime. Then tonight we'll have on the air at 5 o'clock the men's basketball tournament from Conference USA. The Raider men taking on Louisiana Tech. So that is the schedule we have for you today. If anybody wins today, they play tomorrow. And then if you play tomorrow and win, you play in the championship on Saturday. That's how it goes. So we could have another full 3 games tomorrow, or we could have no games tomorrow. So we'll just have to wait and see. So we've got that planned out for you. Then, of course, the only other thing we know is next weekend we've got Boys State and we've got Blackman Boys. Their opening round game versus Whitehaven will be at 9:15 in the morning on next Thursday. And then around 3:45, we'll have Eagleville and Pickett County. Both of those games on radio and such. That's what we've got in local sports for you from WGNS. A check of the news from Access Tennessee coming up in just a moment.
Craig Buckner with Mills Family Pharmacy.
Many medications for our animals have to be compounded, and we offer that here at Mills Family Pharmacy.
Mills Family Pharmacy offers a wide range of compounding.
Special for you, your loved ones, or for your pets.
Learn more at millsfamilypharmacy.com.
Thank you for allowing us to be your local pharmacy. We're at 2994 South Church Street next to Toots.
Mills Family Pharmacy, dedicated to providing customers with services to meet their needs.
This is Pastor Nikki Ajapong, lead pastor of Holy Hill Chapel in Murfreesboro.
Here are sermons on WGNS every Sunday night at 7:30.
Extending the love of God.
Reviving the community at Holy Hill Chapel, TN.org.
We've got your local sports fix. Weekdays at 5, it's all sports talk with Monty Hale Jr. and Tim Tackett here on WGNS.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Will Dudley. A detective with the Campbell County Sheriff's Office has been fired following his arrest in a state investigation into child sexual abuse material. Zach Daughtery has been charged with aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, according to the TBI. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children provided a tip to the TBI regarding child sex abuse images that were being distributed on an account on Discord. TBI special agents say that the account user was identified as Daughtery. He's been arrested and booked into jail on a $75,000 bond. Parts of southwest Middle Tennessee cleaning up some storm damage today. Several buildings were damaged in the Lawrence County area yesterday as warm storms moved through. No injuries were reported. At this time, the damage is believed to have been caused by straight-line winds. More news in 30 seconds.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? I'm Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction, and we've been selling property in Middle Tennessee since 1969, whether it be traditional listings, sales, or auctions. Let us visit your property and help you decide what method is best for your situation. Call Maples Realty and Auction today, because it's our people that's the difference.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold Maples Realty and Auction. The former First Lady of Tennessee, Martha Sundquist, has died. We're told she passed peacefully at her home in Collierville. While she was widely known as the wife of former Governor Don Sundquist, her family says the titles she cherished most were wife, mother, grandmother, and friend. Some of her state contributions that you can still enjoy today include the wildflower patches along parts of the interstates here in Tennessee. Governor Bill Lee shared the news late Wednesday, sending along his condolences. Her funeral is planned for Saturday, March 21st in Townsend. Will Dudley, Access Tennessee News.
When it comes to your child's health, you want care that's close, convenient,
and centered around the needs of your family.
At MMC Pediatrics, we're more than just doctors.
We're partners in your parenting journey.
Here for every growth spurt,
for every boo-boo,
every fever, and every flu.
Our team approach means that your child always sees someone that knows them.
We are MMC Pediatrics.
We are right beside you.
Every step of the way.
It's where bold talk meets big laughs. The Rick Burgess Show, weekdays from 11 to 2.
The Rick Burgess Show, weekdays 11 to 2 on News Radio WGNS. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
And our program here today, presented by Murfreesboro Medical Clinic. MMC, proud to partner with MTSU Athletics, helping students and athletes mentally and physically to help keep them healthy. MMC, committed to the health of our entire community. We have joining us from the Legal Aid Society today, Amy Luna, an attorney within the Legal Aid Society. And Amy, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
It's always, I don't know, is it always fun? It's always fun to talk to you, but about some of the things that, but I mean, it's just a necessary part of getting through life, I guess, sometimes.
Yes.
Some of the things that we have to talk about. Well, I always like to give you the opportunity to tell us about what it is that the Legal Aid Society is, what you do. Because again, it's not just some place where there's cigar smoke and, a bunch of attorneys sitting around, right?
There are a few attorneys, but no cigar smoke for sure. So, yes. So the Legal Aid Society is one of the largest. It is the largest nonprofit in Middle Tennessee, and we help individuals with civil legal needs. We are a nonprofit, and so there are certain things that we help with, and there is income guidelines, lower income. Some of those things that we help with are to help victims of abuse to get safety and independence, which might be a divorce or orders or protections, assisting with that. We also help with people who are denied in like TennCare or Families First or TennCare or food stamps, help them to get those benefits back if they've been denied, or even just screen and let them know that they're eligible and maybe help them to obtain those benefits. Sometimes that can be very difficult for people to navigate, especially if they don't have computers or are maybe not as computer literate as some, because everything is becoming so computer based now. We also do certain housing matters. We do some consumer matters, some tax. We also help seniors. We have done a few clinics for powers of attorneys in Cannon County and Rutherford County at some of the senior centers, and we've got a couple of those coming up this summer. So check with your local senior center if that's something that you need help with. But we also do certain reentry work, and that's kind of what I wanted to focus on today, and maybe dig a little deeper about what we can do in that area.
Okay. The word expungement. It doesn't seem like it really fits. The word fits what it actually is, right? But maybe kind of give us an overall idea of what that is, and then we're going to dive into it a little bit more.
Yes. So expungement is to kind of wipe clear or take away. If you have ever been charged criminally with anything, whether it was dismissed or you pled guilty or some nolle prosequi or some other words that are thrown out there, it's still on your record unless you expunge it. And that requires filing a petition and with the court to get it to come away. So even if you were found not guilty, it's going to still be on your record unless you do something about that. And that can affect people in various ways. It may affect you in getting employment. Even though you were not convicted of that, it's still on your record. It maybe puts things in people's minds. It could affect your housing. There are certain records, even if you are convicted of it, that you can also get expunged and taken away off your record. There are a lot of rules and things that you have to apply for and fall under, but that can also be done. People make mistakes sometimes when we're young and dumb and we haven't quite, thought things through. You might have something that happens that you're not very proud of, but then people can change, and having those things removed from your record can help you with employability, housing, and even just your mental state. One of the first expungement cases that I worked on was like a 30-year-old drug marijuana conviction or possession. It was just something very minor, and he'd had it for 30 years and hadn't had anything else happen since then. And it was just empowering to be able to help him take that off of his record and not have that anymore.
Almost like a name tag you have to wear everywhere.
Right. Yeah. But then individuals who, you can be charged with a crime and not be guilty, and it's going to still be on your record unless you do something about it to take it off. And a lot of people don't know that. They're like, oh, that was dismissed, or, oh, I didn't plead guilty, but it's still there unless, the attorney that represented you did something to take it off of your record, which would be filing a petition with the court asking it to be expunged, and then the judge has to sign that, and it has to be granted. So
we run into that sometimes with our website, we report crime stories, and those crime stories get reported, and someone is arrested, and there's a mugshot, and then there are charges that are filed, and then years later, they go through whatever legal proceedings. Maybe there was some type of agreement, a plea agreement, or the charges were dismissed, or even a jury found not guilty.
Correct.
But that still pops up.
It's still there unless you ask for it. So if someone does, goes to the court and gives your name and asks for any records, it's going to come back as being there, and it'll show that it was dismissed or found not guilty, but it's still there. And we also tell folks, once we get the orders back, you keep that order. Always keep that order, because once it's expunged, then there's nothing with the court showing that it's been expunged. But sometimes third-party reporting agencies, they will have that information. So then if you do a background check and it shows up, you've got that order of expungement to show that agency, take this off. You cannot be reporting this anymore. So it's important, once you get the expungement, that you keep that document with your important papers, just like you would your Social Security card, your birth certificate, so that you can then, if it shows up on third-party things, you can ask for it to be removed.
Yeah, that's important. And I've got so many things to ask you now that it's the mind's turning. But one of those being that this is something that could follow you forever.
Yes.
You're applying for a job. What's the first place an employer is going to go when they're searching for this employee that lives at this address, and that's something that pops up,
correct,
right? And so it could be that then that person is maybe not considered for before even knowing the information about it. So,
right.
I mean, just being there, this expungement is a pretty big deal.
Yes. Yeah, it's important, and a lot of people don't know that it's still showing on their records until they go for that job and interview, or maybe apply for housing, and then they're told, well, you know, and they may tell them, you've had this on your record. We can't employ you. So, but it's good for people to run background checks on themselves and see what shows up.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. We run into this sometimes with, well, this was what happened with the case. You know, if they're wanting us to, can you take this story down?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think it's important for us all to remember that once something is online, it's online.
Correct.
So it's really hard to do a lot of things about that. And it's like, well, you get angry with us about that, but there's only so much you can do. But you also need to have a way, there's a burden of proof you need to bring along. You can't just say, well, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Right.
And so having an order of dismissal, you know, and then again, like I said, once you do the expungement, to have, you know, have that to show, it's not going to take it offline when it was published through the newspaper. Those things are still out there. But it shouldn't show up in background checks. The clerk's office, when they're asked to give information on that person, it should no longer show there. And if it does, maybe that's something you need to reach out to legal aid about too, because if they're not redacting like they're supposed to and things like that.
I'm sure paperwork has gotten lost a time or two before. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And sometimes this process can be difficult. So if you are, you know, give us a call. Let us see if we're able to help you. Now, just keep in mind, you know, we serve 48 counties throughout Middle Tennessee. Rutherford County and Cannon County is Murfreesboro's office, you know, specific. You know, there's 360,000 people that are eligible for our services. So we can't help everybody direct representation, but we can maybe give you some advice. We also have clinics, and I wanted to kind of mention a clinic that we have coming up this summer. In Bedford County. It is an expungement clinic. So if you have charges or convictions in Bedford County, they're going to be doing this clinic on May the 2nd. You can go to our website to get information specifically about that clinic. Again, it's only for Bedford County. So if you have charges in Rutherford County, you're not going to be able to do that. It's specifically for things in Bedford County. But attorneys will be there. Your records will be pulled. They'll let you know whether or not your charges or convictions can be expunged. I think they're going to do just charges, though it's not convictions, but they could advise you whether or not the convictions, because to expunge a conviction, you have to go to court. It's more in depth than a charge. A charge, you file a petition, you don't have to go to court. But for convictions, it's a little bit more in depth.
Either way you go, it's a bit of a process, isn't it?
Certainly, yes. You have to fill out a petition for expungement. It has to be filed with the court. If it's been dismissed, it's not a conviction. Typically, the judges will look at it and sign it if it's eligible. But if it's a conviction, you'll have to be set for a hearing. The DA's office gets to look at that to see if it is eligible and whether or not they agree. But if it isn't eligible and there's not any things to argue about it, then you just get a hearing set. You also have to pay $100 for conviction expunctions, and you have to go to the hearing.
Yeah. It seems like you could easily get discouraged from doing this, but I would think that in the long run, it is going to be much more beneficial for you to have it expunged if you're eligible.
Certainly. Yep. Yeah. And we've done several expungement clinics in Rutherford County. We've partnered with Doors of Hope. We've done with the Salvation Army. We're probably going to be getting one this summer or in the fall with the Day Reporting Center. So, if you have some things in Rutherford County, give us a call. We can let you know when there's a clinic, or if we have the resources, we can take direct representation and help you with that.
What are the benefits? The benefits of not having this hang over you, housing, you've mentioned housing, but there are many other things. I mean, if it's a felony, you can't vote, right?
Yes. So there are certain rights that you can lose if you have been convicted of, certain things, but you can also get those restored. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that today too. Restorations. It is voting time coming up this year, so many people may be interested and being able to participate in that. And we have a great tool on our website. And so I want people our website is www.las.org. And on that website, on the self-help part, there is a Restore Your Rights tab, and there's a tool in there, and you can there's a video you can watch, and it'll tell you how to restore your rights, but also you can click in and you answer some questions, and it'll let you know whether you are eligible to restore your voting rights. And if so, it'll also help you fill out the forms that you need to file to restore your voting rights. So, when you lose rights, you lose the rights to vote, you lose the right to serve on a jury, the right to hold certain public offices, and sometimes owning firearms. And so, if you have served your sentence and your probation and your parole, that time has passed, you've paid your court costs, your restitution, all your fees, you may then be able to get your rights back. You do have to complete those things that you were required to do, but once you've completed them, you've served your time and you can then get those rights back, but you have to do something to get those rights back. They don't just automatically come back.
Right.
And so if you go to our website and this, go to that tab and answer some questions, it can let you know whether or not you're eligible to do that, and even help you fill out the forms to do that.
So just on your website, las.org.
Yes.
Lots of other great information there as well. Correct. On the website, right?
Yes, we have several different videos about different legal issues. We have a lot of great pamphlets that are online. We also pass those pamphlets out. We've got a rack at Greenhouse Ministries that has several of our pamphlets. The Department of Human Services has let us put a rack there, and we have a lot of pamphlets there. and the Senior Center in Cannon County has our pamphlets, but they're all online too. So there's a lot of family law, what is an order protection, how to get an order protection, what you need to know about divorce. There's some great housing pamphlets, your rights and duties as a renter, so you don't make mistakes that's going to get you in trouble while you're renting. And so there's just a ton of different pamphlets and videos that can explain and give you information. Because again, we cannot represent everybody, but if we can get some information out there that people can learn about what to do and how to, protect themselves, then they don't need our help. So we're able to, get them what they need.
And we've got like less than a minute here, but sometimes there are legal clinics, things of that nature. So
yes, Greenhouse Ministries has one. There's one the second Thursday, and it starts at 3:00. And attorneys volunteer their time to tell you how to represent yourself or about your legal issue. It does fill up, so get there early. It's the second, and then the fourth one is virtual. It's something that we just started piloting last month. We're going to try that to maybe be able to get more attorneys to be able to help out. But you can go, and then an attorney will be in their office talking to you through a computer about your things. So second and fourth, Greenhouse Ministries, 3:00. Another thing I just want to plug in there at the very end, we are a nonprofit, and times are tough, and we would love, if you love our mission and love what we're doing, please visit our website, please donate so that we can continue to help individuals with these different needs that they're having.
Absolutely. Amy Luna joining us today from the Legal Aid Society. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Always.
Anytime.
Jennings and Ayers Funeral